Hey guys, what's going on? It is the Sheriff with another Watcher Realms video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ingrid. I got super lucky, I'm super hyped. I pulled her this morning, just on a couple of pulls on my phone right when I woke up. I really didn't expect to pull her, I only had like 30 summons, but I pulled her in 15. I got super lucky. So I've already leveled her up, got her fully promoted. I almost have her skills maxed out, I'm one skill crystal short. I threw her in a Tier Twilight and a one of my best Soulbound Arcana sets. So you can see she's got 22k attack, 2-second attack interval, 100% crit rate, and 342% crit damage with a little bit of rage regen. So everybody's been hyping her up as an amazing hero. Right, I put a video out yesterday reading her kit. She looks like she's gonna be great, but let's go ahead and test her out. So the first thing I want to test is Gear Raid 1. I want to see if, and she's actually already in the recommended heroes, I want to see if she can solo DPS it. So I tested Komet earlier in the exact same set of gear with the maxed out Tier Twilight. His skills are obviously maxed, and he could not do it. So I'm gonna give her, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do anything. I won't put her under like a Praetus lead or anything like that. I'm just gonna use her Lord skill. And there is this line here, right? The more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequent it takes effect. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab a couple of Watchers. We're not gonna deploy them. I think this is I think it's still pretty fair. Still a pretty fair test here. And then I'm gonna bring a healer. We'll bring, you know what? We'll bring a worse healer. Element doesn't matter, anyways, just because her rage regen is not gonna matter. You're not gonna be stand switching with her that much. And then just Dolores, wherever she is here. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and see if Ingrid can solo DPS. So I'm gonna throw her right there. We'll throw Dolores down. And I am gonna stance swap with her a couple of times just at the beginning, just to get her Soulbound Arcana charged up. And we'll wait till these guys hit. You know what? We can do it a couple more times. She's with her ult max out, it's so fast. And she is making pretty quick work of these guys, right through that healing too. And it's pretty crazy. Her that Star Surge or whatever it's called has unlimited range. So it goes. You can see it already was hitting those guys. I guess Elwyn was a little bit nice too, right? Just for Dolores. I did use with Komet. I used Elwyn and Dolores just to see if with the extra rage regen. And I also have Cyrus, and I put him as the Lord as well for Komet to get his ult back up faster, and he still couldn't do it. He got pretty close, but he really struggled on the last big wave here, and couldn't quite do it. He barely got the wave down through all the healing up, but the boss was still alive right when he walked through at the end. So we'll wait till this next big wave comes in, and then we'll go ahead and Dolores ult. And she's just doing so much damage, it's so crazy. Look at that, right through. She might need Dolores to get, nope, she's going right through that healing. Man. And that wall is still at like half health. gonna get down a little bit lower before she beats it, but I think since she's got her single target stance too, I think she won't have a problem with the boss. Yep, we'll swap her over to single target, get Dolores ulting. And this is pretty solid single target damage too. I mean, look at that. Just melting the boss with this that talent every 4 attacks, right? Does nine little attacks for 50% damage. Plus she's got Radiant Erosion going, burning. And she's got a burn. It's crazy. Look at that. Just by herself. Just her and Dolores and a healer. Crazy. That is so much damage. Now, I threw her in sticks too. Probably not the most optimal sticks lineup, but I can go ahead and show it, right? If you don't have a perfect sticks team, she might do it for you. So I did use Praetus with her, her Praetus, and then Setrum here. We can go ahead and load her in. We'll take a look, see how much damage she does. So she's got to go on one of these 2 tiles right there, just because of her kind of weird range. And then we have to swap her over to single target stance. And the really cool thing about her too is like you don't have to worry about ult timing. She's just always going. Oh, I've never had Constance die before. So obviously not going to get a good score because Constance died pretty early. But we'll go ahead and take a look, see how well she does. Right, obviously we're still taking these shields down pretty easily. We could probably get away with. Throw Constance out. Well, couldn't get away with it, but we'll see how well she does with damage. I chose not to ult with. Pull her up with Setrum there because I was hoping we could make it through that shield, but. Pull her out, take a look at the damage, look at that. Second most damage, right? She's not doing Silas level damage, she's doing about half Silas, but she's better than Setrum and Praetus, which is pretty crazy. She's also doing true damage as well, right? She's doing the Radiant Erosion with a little bit of true damage and burning, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously her AoE is got to be the best AoE in the game, and her single target looks like it's definitely not going to be like Hex Silas levels of single target, but she's. I'm trying to think of anybody that might be. She might be third, right? If she's beating Setrum and Praetus. Um, it'll be kind of interesting. You know what? Let's go ahead and check out Titanic Ruins. Why don't we pull Alistair out and put her in? And I am gonna swap some gear around. She's in Hex's gear right now, so I'll give him his gear back. And then we're gonna have to find somebody's gear for her. We'll give her Hatsit's gear. It's Apocalypse 2. Again, we'll pull him out. I am. She's using Praetus' Tier Twilight. Let me go ahead and I'll give him Solkadin's, and then I will swap in this Heaven's Rage for. You know what? Yeah, we'll just do this. This may not work with his ult, but we can go ahead and take a look. We may have to do some more gear swapping. I probably won't save this run, but just to see what her damage looks like single target, right? So we'll get her here, Praetus, Eunomia, Solkadin's there. Now Hex, and then one will go down when that's gone. And now we can put Orem down. And I forgot to swap her over, so she does need to ult. Just to get into single target stance. Since alt. I'll wait till these guys line up. And now do Thalen. This way we can trigger Kratos' skill. This is usually where I die. I usually can't figure these poisons out. This on the second round here, because he does that first spray, and then he does that big AoE. And then sometimes I'll get lucky and I'll really crank through the damage and I can beat that. But I usually die to this AoE right here. Yep. Alright, let's take a look, see where we're at. And let's take a look at the stats here. Okay, so she definitely did a lot less than I thought she was going to. Obviously Praetus with his Lord skill did a ton, Sulkadin's did a ton. She did slightly less than Hex. I think probably still better than my Alistair would be normally. I can go ahead and run. I can swap her back with Alistair and just see here. See how she compares to how much he did. But yeah, so far she's. Oops, did not mean to do that. She's less impressive than I thought she would have been single target. AoE though, she's unbelievable. And we'll swap this over. A little bit here. Swap him with his Tier Twilight. And then Sulkadin's, give him a Tier Twilight. Perfect. So we can go ahead and auto fight this and we'll see where we land. If anybody has any tips on how to get past that second poison phase where he puts out 20 poisons, let me know. Because obviously you saw I'm pretty close on that damage to just getting him past that phase, and then I don't think I probably couldn't pull 50k out, but it would be very nice. I don't know if I'm just maybe ulting too soon with, or sorry, too late with Elowen right at during that first wave, right? Because you saw her ult was almost back up. But I haven't worried too much about it because usually I get my 30k by that point and I'm good to go. Sometimes I have to do it once or twice, one or two more times I mean, but it's usually not too bad. And what do you guys think about the, kind of saving to line up with Constance, right? Is that worth it? Because Constance comes back much, much more slowly than Dolores does for like Nightmare 3 and Nightmare 4 for the first guild boss. So I usually don't save too much when I use her, but I don't know, it might be worth it to save up. You guys will have to let me know what you think. So yeah, again, I'm kind of dying. I don't know why she's not ulting. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we might make it past this phase. We got... Alright, let's see where we land here. $33K, it's usually about where I land. And you know what, we'll go ahead and save this one. Might as well get this out of the way for the week, right? And we'll take a look at the stats. So, right, Alistair is just below my Zilla 2. So she's definitely doing better than Alistair was. 100%. She's doing much more damage than him. He was right below Hex, and he was doing, or sorry, Ingrid was just below Hex, right? And she was doing just, I think, 3 million less than Hex was, which is pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, she's definitely at least better than Alistair, obviously, but she would be a good addition for Guild Boss 2. She's just not going to be top DPS like a lot of people kind of thought she might be. She is definitely the best, like by far the best AoE DPS in the game, bar none. I don't think there's anybody else that can do what she does. That was kind of crazy, right? With just Dolores and a healer, clearing gear raid 1 is crazy. But all right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and have an awesome day.